Hello, my name's Professor Gary Watt, and it's been my great pleasure to come and visit Australia for the first time to take part in this wonderful event that the Song Company have put together, A Strange Eventful History. I'm a law professor by trade, but also specialist in Shakespeare. I've been teaching law for nearly a quarter of a century, and Shakespeare I've been teaching in rhetoric classes with the RSC since 2009. So this event for me is a great opportunity to bring some of my ideas about Shakespeare and performance and rhetoric to a show, a live performance. And my good friend Anthony Pitts, the new artistic director of the Song Company, has been planning something for some years to coincide with the 400th anniversary of Shakespeare's death. So this is the great opportunity to put together some ideas about how Shakespeare moves us through words with Anthony's ideas about how music moves us. So the Song Company, everybody knows, produces this beautiful collaborative sound, and that is quite interesting from a Shakespearean and theatrical perspective, because of course Shakespeare was in a company of players. And Shakespeare understood very well that the way to relate to an audience, and an audience of course is a hearing thing, is to speak to them in sounds that it touch the heart before it touches the mind. You don't move people in their hearts by arguing in the mind, you move them by touching them in some way. And the art of rhetoric is the lawyer's art of moving people with sweet speech, but also Shakespeare's art. And Shakespeare was actually admired by one of his contemporaries for his honey tongue and his sugared sonnets. So there's some sense of sweetness. And actually the word persuasion, which we associate with rhetoric, means persuade through sweetness. So what we're trying to do in A Strange Eventful History, this wonderful programme that the Song Company is presenting, is to marry the sounds of Shakespeare with the sounds of music, and the muse connects them. This idea that there's this inspirational to do with breath, to do with the spirit that really just moves us, and we can combine those in words and in song. The idea of the Strange Eventful History is that we go through the 7 ages of man, so it gives us an opportunity to explore different types of sounds. So for example, when we look at the soldier, we have a drumming kind of sound going through the beat, and I almost did it then, drumming kind of sound. And this is the sort of technique we're talking about, that you bury sounds into the sentence that one's not really aware of in the sense of the words. When we look at the lover, I've written a new bit of verse to exaggerate Shakespeare's technique of burying sound secrets in the language. So for the lover, Shakespeare describes a lover as sighing like furnace with a woeful ballad made to his mistress' eyebrow. And that sighing like furnace is the clue that I use when I do my own little bit of verse to introduce the lover, and it goes like this. The lover's eyes for signs shoot swift to sight, as high as Cupid's darts in flight. And this sighing is buried in there. I'll just say that again. The lover's eye for signs shoot swift to sight, as high. And so you get the idea that there's 4 sides buried into the sentence. And why do that? Because talking of sighing and actually having a breathy kind of a sentence makes the hearer feel the emotion of sighing, and they start to feel woeful, and they start to feel like and remember what it was like to be a young lover, an unrequited suitor. So this is what Shakespeare's art is. As I see it, it's a practical art. It's an art of persuading people, of moving people. So it's not so very different for me to what I do in the classroom when I lecture to 350 people and try through entertainment, through a sort of performance, to make quite complex ideas touch them and move them, give them something tangible to grasp onto. And so we have just brought the same techniques, really the same rhetorical techniques of performance and persuasion to this event, this strange, eventful history. So it's been a great pleasure. Thank you for supporting the Song Company. I wish I could be here longer just to hear some more of their wonderful concerts. It's been a great pleasure, even when I'm on stage, to sit on the side and listen to the beautiful songs. And I find that it actually is a beautiful way of getting me into the right frame of mind and heart to deliver Shakespeare's sweet speeches. So if you haven't been to the show and you do get an opportunity, I hope you'll come along. If you've been already, then thank you for supporting, and thank you for having me over here. Goodbye.